Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great comics. Yes, that's right. Today we are looking through some comics. Usually it is cards here on the network, but today we are going to finish up this big box of vintage comics that I unearthed when I brought back a bunch of my stuff from the East Coast in the spring. We've been going through this box over the course of several episodes now, and it seems like I've certainly been having a great time seeing these for the first time in many years, and it seems like you guys have enjoyed it too. So should be able to wrap it up today. It feels like there's maybe about, 20 or 25 comics left at most. So we should be able to go through these and see what's left in this box. But don't worry, once I'm done with this box, I still have some other comic book stuff that I think you guys will really enjoy seeing. So we will get to that in future episodes here on the channel. But for today, let's go ahead and finish out this box. We had just pulled out an issue of this Spider-Woman miniseries, and I was surprised to see it in here because this is a lot more recent than most of the other books that we've pulled out of this box. But I'm assuming that the rest of the miniseries is still in this box. I haven't touched it or done anything with it since I last filmed one of these episodes, but yeah, these do look like more of that, so maybe I'll just pull all of those out at once, and we can look through those. This was a great mini-series. Brian Michael Bendis did the writing for this, and beautiful art by Alex Maleev, who is a really wonderful contemporary comic book artist, and you can see these covers. He did the interior art for this too, and it's just all really wonderful art. And Spider-Woman is one of my very favorite comic book characters. I have two of those for some reason. Beautiful cover though, I can't complain about that. Just really wonderful art by Alex Maleev, who I really enjoy his art pretty much every time I see it, and it's very easy to identify. It's a very distinctive style. So that's really cool. I'm glad I have that. It's a really good mini-series, and I haven't read it for a while, so maybe I'll go back and reread that. One of my favorite characters. So all right, let's get into more of the vintage stuff. This is a very old issue of Justice League. It's number 43. It's in pretty terrible shape, as I think you can probably see here. It's got a lot of creasing, and it's just in terrible shape. But it has one of my favorite villains, the Royal Flush Gang, who are based on the royalty in decks of cards, and you see Ace out in front, but then you've got the King, Jack, Queen, and 10 there as well. And I always enjoyed the Royal Flush Gang. I thought that they were just really underused and kind of interesting villains. Each one of the characters had very distinctive personalities, and they are very sort of they try to be more sophisticated villains, which, as you know, a sophisticated card wolf would appreciate. And oh, that's interesting. Underneath of this, I'm just now seeing this is also the Royal Flush Gang as well, and this is the more modern one. This is, I think this is from the 90s. This is Justice League Unlimited, and this is the updated take on that same villain. And you can see that you've also got the different court cards, so to speak, but they're in much more modern sort of take on that. So that's kind of cool. This is Justice League Unlimited, which was sort of in the animated style, was based on the animated series, and was a really good book. I was always happy to get the animated style books. And underneath of that, we've got an old issue of Detective Comics. This is one of the dollar comic issues from, most of these I think are from the late 70s, and this is number 495. And apparently this guy, Sterling Silversmith, who's a villain I do not remember at all, seems to think that this guy, I guess that's maybe the crime doctor? I don't know. Seems to think that that guy knows who Batman is, and Batman's not having any of it. So, yeah, that's a pretty cool issue. Terrible spine roll on that, but nonetheless, happy to have that because I bet it's a good read. Here's another dollar comic, it looks like, and another Detective Comics. This one is number 493, so just a couple issues before that last one. And it appears as though the Batman family is pulling back the page of the cover here so that you can see Red Tornado, who is a superhero I could really do without. And I don't know who this guy is. Who's this? Oh, the Human Target, right. The Human Target. They made a TV series based on the Human Target that had almost nothing to do with the comic book, and was actually a pretty good TV series. Actually liked that series. Had several pretty good actors in it, and the plots were usually pretty suspenseful. So if you haven't ever seen that, I have no idea where that is streaming. I would guess HBO Plus because that's where most of the DC Comics stuff is. But it was I think it was a Fox series, so it might be there too. I don't know. Anyway, nice to find this. Also, a pretty bad spine roll on that. Hopefully that will improve as we go through here. Looks like we've got a Marvel cover here finally. We don't see a lot of Marvel covers. This is Daredevil number 70, an old 15-cent book, so this is probably from the early 70s, I would guess. And Daredevil was caught in that bomb blast. Look out, you kids get the chair. Wow, that's some nice slang there from the policemen and the pedestrians. And what is this item here that he's holding? This looks very suspicious to me. Not sure what that could be. Some sort of vial of poisonous chemicals, no doubt. I wonder if that officer perhaps is not really on the side of Johnny Law. All right, let's put Daredevil aside here. And there's some kind of weird paperwork down here. What is this? Some sort of, what is this? I do not know what this is. This is a blueprint? What's going on here? Oh, wow, that's cool. This is a blueprint of Arkham Asylum, the renovation project. Wow, I don't remember ever having this, but that's certainly going to be handy for when I try to break into Arkham Asylum later tonight. I'll have these blueprints handy, and I can just get to wherever I need to go. I wonder if there's some sort of underground sewer system here that I can... That is pretty neat. That's cool. I could probably frame that or put it on the wall. What year is this from? It looks like copyright is 1992. Yeah, I wonder if that was some sort of promotional item the comic book stores handed out. I don't remember that. This looks like some sort of Arkham Asylum promo material as well. What is this item? This looks like a poster, maybe? Whoa, this is... whoa, look at this. This is pretty cool. I don't ever remember seeing this. It's an actual... sort of pop-up 3D Arkham Asylum type of situation where the characters are grossly out of scale to the building, but still pretty neat. That's something I don't remember having and don't remember ever seeing before, but that is pretty cool. Looks like they've got a bunch of the residents there, and then, wow, all right, so I've never seen that. I'm assuming that's probably from 92 as well. Yeah, there's the, what does that say? Yeah, that's also from 92. There must have been some sort of Arkham Asylum event happening in 1992, and I probably acquired those at a comic book store at some point and do not remember having them. Let's see what we have here. A Batman Family. This one is in much better shape than the other ones, the detective comics that we've pulled out so far. This is 482, so it predates the other ones we've seen. 68 pages, no ads from cover to cover. That's what you want. What you don't want is Batmite. I mean, come on. You don't want that. Flip to the back cover per previews of these exciting stories. Well, that's actually pretty neat. I don't remember them doing that, but that's pretty cool. That, other than Batmite, man, we don't need that. All right. What do we have here? World's Finest, another dollar comic, and this one has even worse spine problems there. But Superman's fighting for his life against his best friend as the Batman falls victim to the Krypton curse, which apparently turns him into a bat. That is number 258 from World's Finest. And as I've told you before, some of these have some really good stories in them. These were sort of a way for DC to sort of try out certain artists or certain writers to see how they did on stories that would not necessarily be the cover stories, but would be stories that would sort of fill out the issue. Denny O'Neil did the story in this one, for example. Not that Denny O'Neil needed a tryout by this point, but I guess he was editing, if I'm remembering right, this is probably early 80s, and he was editing a lot of the Batman books for DC at that point. Here's a Justice League. This is number 120, and it's the Perils of Adam Strange. I always liked Adam Strange. I don't like the ink mark so much on this cover, but I always did like Adam Strange, so I can see why I'd have that one. And it looks like the JLA is certainly in the soup, so to speak. What do we have here? This looks like another Marvel book. We have not seen too many of those. This is Marvel Fanfare, and boy, that one is very patriotic. Should have had that one out for 4th of July. Black suit Spider-Man, and he's hanging out on the flagpole there. It's a pretty nice cover. I do not recognize the art style as being of a particular artist here, and looks like Terry Shoemaker, who is not somebody I'm that familiar with. So Marvel Fanfare. We've got another Batman family book here. This is Dollar Comic as well, and this is Batman Family 19. Batman Family was really my favorite of the 1970s, late 70s Batman books. This might be from the early 80s, I don't remember. Man-Bat looks confused. Bring that closer to the camera. He just looks confused. Is he part of the Batman family or not? Because sometimes they portrayed him as a good guy and sometimes he was a villain, and you never know. So anyway, I can see why he would be confused. I was usually confused as well. So this is pretty exciting. This is one of my favorite superhero thing is Teen Titans. I've always loved Teen Titans, and these old books with these Nick Cardy covers are fantastic. Looks like they're about to step into some sort of very bad place to go where their evil spirits will possess them. This is number 38, and it's in really good shape. It's a really nice copy of that book, so that's pretty sweet to find that. I'm happy about that. Got more Teen Titans down here, and we're getting close to the bottom. Yep, I think we've only got, I think we're down to it here. That was only about 20 issues, as I said. So here we are. We got Teen Titans East and Teen Titans West joining forces. But can they rescue everybody when this the building is blasting off? Looks like a high-rise is taking off like a rocket ship. I don't remember Hawkman being in the Teen Titans. That's kind of unusual, but that's pretty cool. This is a good era for Teen Titans too. This was, I believe, late 70s, before George Perez took over the book. And I have nothing against George Perez, but I liked Teen Titans more before he took over. He did good things for the book, but I liked the older stuff a lot better. That's number 51. For those of you keeping track at home, there will be a quiz later. Here's Best of the Brave and the Bold. So this is a reprint, but it's a classic tale by Neil Adams and Bob Haney, so that's pretty sweet. And this is number 1 of a 6-issue miniseries, so their fight against nature, bears and bats and things, I guess will carry over for 6 issues. You can see some beautiful Neil Adams art in here. This issue is actually in really great shape, but probably, what is this? Is this some sort of chariot race? The Golden Gladiator, yes, the thunder of the chariots. I remember those days well, and there's the Silent Knight in the Shield of Terror. I don't know why they put things like that in comic books, but I guess some people were into them. Anyway, our box is empty. That finishes out our big box of vintage, and that is the shortest episode of the comic stuff that we have done so far on this channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will be back tomorrow with what will doubtlessly be a longer episode. I think I'm probably going to do a mail day. I got a nice package in the mail from one of my subscribers just this morning, and so I'm very curious and excited to see what that holds, and so we can open that together tomorrow and check that out. And hope you guys have, it's Wednesday, so hope you're having a great week, the middle of the week now, just a couple more days to the weekend, and I will be back tomorrow, and in the meantime, as always, happy collecting.